Let's see, it's almost 9. And I see that Sheila's here and Shaolin Godling. Hello. Oh, okay. So my youngest daughter is visiting for the holidays, and she's leaving today by train. So we're coordinating a ride for her. So just getting these little text messages. How are you guys doing? Did you guys have a good holiday? I really hope so. I had a great holiday, actually. Let's see. I just want to, oh, thank you. 70 cents. Hey, good morning. Thanks for being here. Yes, greetings. I want to make sure, is the sound okay for you guys? Hopefully it is. Let's see. All right, so it is 9 o'clock. And oh, great. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, Simon, thank you so much. I hope you had a really great Christmas. And thanks for being here. Oh, yes, we definitely need to catch up. Let's do it. Are you going to be, I guess we're not going to have our Zoom meeting on Thursday, maybe next Thursday. I hope you'll be there. So I noticed you were there last week, but you didn't talk about what's going on. So love to hear from you. Yes. Okay. So maybe I'll just go ahead and start. Let's see. Maybe I'll adjust this a little bit. And thanks for joining me this second live that I'm doing. And I had so much fun last month. So, I think it's really a fun thing to do. And the way that I kind of structure these lives is that I send out a newsletter monthly, and then I kind of have a little bit of a structure based off of what I write in the newsletter to talk about with this live. And I think that was probably one of my biggest fears about doing a live is like, what do I talk about, and what happens if nobody shows up and ask questions and things like that. But so super happy to see you guys. I'll go ahead and just kind of go through. I have like a little outline about what I want to talk about, based off the newsletter, and then maybe we can, I'll grab some questions or whatnot as I go along. Hopefully that works out for you guys. So, yes. So first of all, I am drinking some matcha, and I like to mix some stevia as well as some milk along with the matcha. So that's what I'm starting with. It's almost gone. So I do have some takeaway coffee that I can just take off. And after this, I need to go to my taiko drumming class. So my friend's going to come pick me up probably around 10ish. So that kind of gives us a framework of, how long this live's going to be. But anyways, yeah. So what are you guys drinking? Love to hear. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Also, if, you're catching me on the replay, welcome. Love to have you here. And, this is something new for me. So bear with me as I'm a little bit awkward. Okay, awesome. Coffee. Okay, yeah, you'll be more active next time. Cool. Good to hear. I would love to hear, how you're doing, Simon. Coffee. Yes, coffee. Hi, Jamie. Yes. Oh, black coffee. It's the coffee gang today. Yes, Shaolin Godling. Hi. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna work my way to coffee later, and it'll help with the drumming, I'm sure. So, okay, let's see. Let me just check my outline. Okay, so what I kind of talked about in the newsletter was the whole idea of Ikigai, and the Ikigai that comes from more of the Okinawan sort of version as opposed to the Western Venn diagram version, which actually I have right here. So this is more the Western Venn diagram. What you love, what the world needs, what you're good at, and what you can get paid for. So, and if you sort of do all of these, you can achieve Ikigai there in the middle, in the intersection. And for the longest time, that's what I kind of based what the interpretation of Ikigai was. And um, I just found it kind of stressful because I felt like whatever I was doing just wasn't good enough. And I wasn't achieving that sort of true joy or true happiness that, I was supposed to get from that four circle Venn diagram. And then much later, like just recently, really, just in the last few months, I really dug in deeper into what Ikigai means in other interpretations. And I did find the sort of more the Okinawan version. And why this is kind of important to me is my mom's side is Okinawan. So they are from Okinawa. My dad's side is from, Japan, Japanese. His sort of family, or that side of the family, is from Hiroshima. So, but I was born here in America. My parents are actually born in America. And so it's more of my grandparents. But it's funny, even though I'm third generation, I still was raised with a lot of, I don't know, those certain cultural values. And I don't know if there's any of you out there that are kind of recently immigrated. Simon's out in UK, so that's a different story. But I think a lot of times when we are immigrants or, recent immigrants, we kind of still hang on to those values from the other country, right? So anyways, when I kind of learned more about how Okinawans treat Ikigai, which is only, and I don't, they don't come up with like a circle diagram, but this is just kind of what I interpret it as, is basically it's only what you love and what you do every day. And from there, you can achieve your Ikigai. And it doesn't have to be just one thing. It doesn't have to be one mega super important thing that saves the world and, makes you tons of money. It can be as simple as, your morning tea or whatever kind of gets you out of bed in the morning, So if it's like, oh man, I really want that morning cup of tea, or I need that coffee and I'm really excited to start the day with it, take my dog out for a walk. Well, that's Ikigai. And that is so simple. And it gives another version of purpose. And it doesn't need to be this huge purpose that clicks all the different boxes or circles in this case, right? And I found that so freeing. It's so freeing and important for me because I'm at the stage where I am, I'm in the process of retiring. And it's actually, for me, it's been a really difficult process to let go of sort of that identity of, here's my business, here's my past career. This is how I make money. This is how I not only make money to survive, but also give me this sense of purpose or a sense of, I don't know, and in some cases joy. You know, if you really do enjoy what you do, you can get joy from that. So it's been a I don't want to say a struggle, but sometimes it is kind of a struggle to let go of the more Western version of Ikigai, or, you know, our life's purpose. I can see this being really important in your 20s, 30s, even 40s, you know, even 50s, you know, when you're really, really striving to establish yourself and make money and things like that. But then, you know, what if you don't enjoy what you do? What happens if you kind of hate your job, but you're doing it just to make money to survive? Well, that's not really your purpose in life, you know? And I don't know. So those are the kind of things that I was thinking about when I started researching other forms of Ikigai other than just the Western diagram. So I'm going to just check the chat real quick. Yes, Simon, why are you drinking coffee? You should be drinking tea. That's so true.
Oh, do an extra bag.
An extra bag?
Yeah, I have too much stuff now.
Oh, you mean like a travel bag?
Yeah.
Check up there. And then if not, in the closet over here, I have some plastic bags. So my daughter's getting ready to catch the train, so sorry about that. Yes. Oh, hi, Edward. Nomadis. Hi, good to see you. I'm just going to say hi to everybody real quick. I hope I didn't miss anybody here. Oh, thank you. XX we 6VG. If you guys would feel so inclined, I'd love to have your names. And that would be awesome. If not, that's cool with me too. But yes, hello. Yeah. So anyways, back to Ikigai. So that was a big, huge, I guess, revelation for me. So, you know, when I made that video, I just kind of wanted to share my findings. And I've been working towards how to find a better balance in my life, because I was working way too hard, and I still had this mentality of I have to do more. I have to make more money. I have to do something important and that's really super meaningful for me and my family and, you know, everyone. And it's kind of like stressing me out, basically. I think I also thought that, why is it the things that I really love doing, why am I pushing it aside and saying, oh, I have to do all these other things before I can do the things that I really love, you know, or what I feel joy with. And that was a problem too. But really what I had to do was I had to go through and say, what's important? What's really, really important for me? And I think that's something that, you know, we probably all have to do at some point, is just really look at our lives and see what is really, truly important. And when Malia was born, and then I was asked if I could, you know, babysit 2 days a week. That really became crystal clear. It's like, I needed to make some choices and decisions about my life. And it kind of just all led up to now. And I have still not figured everything out. I think maybe some of you guys might have watched the video that was right after the Ikigai video, and that's where I was talking about how do you make big decisions, because I'm going to need to figure out what I'm going to do with Social Security. Now, I don't know, Simon, I guess, do they have Social Security in the UK? Some sort of form of that? I would imagine most countries have some sort of form of that where you are putting money into this government entity, and you put the money in, and at a certain age you can, draw from that, or you get it back. So I still haven't figured it out, but I have to say, reading you guys' comments about what to do about Social Security was so helpful, enlightening. I was swayed one direction, and then now I'm kind of swayed the other direction because I'm seeing different viewpoints of this. So yes. So anyways, thank you guys for for the feedback, the all the comments. It's helpful for me, and hopefully it's helpful for others. Because I think there's a lot of really great experiences that we can share within the comment section. So I really enjoy reading them, and I try my best to answer all the comments as best as I can, but sometimes it does get a little bit overwhelming and I fall behind. So sorry about that. Anyways, let me check the let's check. Oh, thank you. Oh, Shellen Godling, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Love knowing your name. Let's see. Oh, I love that. AKA Paul. Nice. Oh, peace and unconditional love. That's great. Oh. Oh. Okay, so Simon says that he used to work for Toyota, and they were very hot on Kaizen. I use this in my life. That's awesome. Now, okay, I forget what Kaizen is. I don't know if you can write it in the chat. That would be awesome. But yes, I don't know. I think if you're using it, Simon, it has to do something with, hard work and discipline, because you're definitely that. Oh, okay. Oh, 70 cents. Are you Paul as well? Good. Awesome. Oh. Hi, Mark. Thanks for joining. Okay. So Mark says, I know Buddhism has really taught me the futility of holding on to the past and trying to control a future that has not arrived. Yeah, that's awesome. Just really living in the present and how important that is. And to not only live in the present, but also to appreciate it. Appreciate that we have this time. I feel as I've gotten older, I feel so much more grateful for things than I ever did before. And, I feel grateful that I can sit here and do this with you guys. I'm very fortunate to be able to do this, and even, learn from you guys, experience things through others, not just from my own perspective. So yeah, so thank you. Okay. Okay, it's a pension in England. Okay, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Remember there, okay, so Paul says, remember there are some financial drawbacks when you take Social Security at 62. Yes, that's so true, and I think that's the whole thing about it. Like, okay, do you take the money early, but then there's some drawbacks, or do I wait? And I'm thinking waiting till 67 when you can get 100% of Social Security, as opposed to if you take it at 62, you get 70%. So that's, a difference. But, there's pros and cons to both. And that's what I'm weighing. And I figure, okay, so I'm 61 now. I turn 62 next year in August. I have some time to sort of weigh the pros and cons and figure it out. Oh, yes. Oh, Lawrence, hello. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for this comment. So Lauren says, you're doing a great service to everyone over 50, and you have helped me. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the feedback. Thank you for what you do. Oh, yes. Thank you. I hope you stay well as well. And, thank you for the feedback. It's so helpful to hear. I mean, positive and negative or critical feedback is helpful. I think doing this whole YouTube thing is. Are you going to go eat some breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, doing this whole YouTube thing is interesting because I started, gosh, was it like 3 years ago? Maybe 4? Oh, it's been a while, actually. I started a while back ago, and I just felt like this, need to start a YouTube channel. I had completely started over after I got laid off I was laid off at age, I think I was late 55 and then, 56. And then I started my own business of my thrifting business. And that's where I actually met Simon. I met a lot of friends through my business. And then I thought, oh, let me start a YouTube channel, not as an expert, but as a newbie. And maybe people might want to follow my journey as far as that's concerned. But it really came down to how I had to change my life after I got laid off. And I got laid off at 55, 56. So I had this feeling of, and I was placing ageism on my own self, like, oh, I'm too old to be, looking for another job or this or that. And, had to go through sort of that whole process of what do I want to do? How do I want to sort of guide my life after, that layoff. And, at the time, my youngest daughter, who keeps going up and down here, she was still in high school, so I still had to provide for her as a single mom, very much like figure out monetarily how we were going to make ends meet. So that's kind of how I started the whole YouTube thing. And really, I always have to think of, and I think this is where kind of Ikigai kind of intersects a little bit with my YouTube experience, is that I started it thinking that this is going to be a hobby of mine. This is just something to do for fun. Then I kind of quickly realized that YouTube is not easy. It takes a lot of work to come up with content, get yourself ready to be in front of camera, not be totally weird and awkward in front of the camera, or learn how to be better, and get good or feel comfortable with comments, good and bad, be able to respond and things like that. And then I realized, oh, okay, YouTube's not easy, even though some claim it is easy. It's not super easy for me. Then I realized if I'm going to be spending all this time and effort, I hope that I can create some sort of income from it. And that's kind of where the AdSense comes in, and view time and things like that. Well, when you get that part of it interjected with this, then it becomes more stressful. It kind of becomes like this Ikigai diagram, and I started to find that I was getting stressed out about that as well. So now the way I really look at my YouTube channel is that it's really a creative outlet for me. And it's also something where I can be part of a community as well. So it's kind of ticking two of my main Ikigai, my purpose right now is to be creative and to spend time with my friends and family and my dog. My dog is my family and my friend. So anyways, and you guys are my friends. So that kind of ticks off two things, and it takes less pressure off of thinking, oh, how am I gonna, make my channel be able to support me in my old age and all this stuff like that. And it's just not true that I don't need it to support me in my old age. That's not true. That's almost like this Western version of I need to do more. I have to be better. I have to, la la la. So I don't know. I kind of went off on a tangent there. Sorry. Let me check the chat here. Yes. Oh, Kaizen. Okay, thanks, Simon. Simon says Kaizen means continuous improvement. Small changes create big changes over time. I love that. Love that. That definitely pertains to you, Simon. Yeah. Anybody interested in following Simon? He is the Gentleman Marketeer. He has a channel and it's really great. So, check it out. It's not just for the over 50s. That's true. No, that's absolutely true. I 100% believe that. Okay. So Mark says, you seem to take care of yourself mentally and physically. I would factor that into your thinking. Yes, and bet on yourself taking Social Security later. Don't let yourself be capped as to opportunities and income. Yeah, Mark, that's what I think. Ultimately, I'm like, okay, I think I'm in pretty good health. I'm working towards keeping myself healthy and, keeping that up. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of different comments too, though, some who take Social Security at 62 and some who decide to wait. So it's really interesting to hear both sides of the coin. Mark, are you taking Social Security? I don't know. Are you planning on waiting? Oh, thanks, Paul. Thank you. I'm telling you, it's really helpful to hear that. Hear that, starting the channel. Yeah. I am glad I started the channel too. It gives me a creative outlet, and I feel like I can hopefully help people. At first I was like, well, why would anybody want to hear about, stuff from me? which is terrible, which is terrible. I need to stop, like, being so negative and down on myself. And probably having a channel probably helps that part of me a lot, because you do learn how to gain more confidence in yourself when you do have a YouTube channel. Simon, would you say that's true? I would say it's true, because I tend to be very shy. I think of myself as very awkward. I'm not like super fast on my feet kind of thing. I mean, even the way I talk, it tends to be a little bit more slow. I tend to try to think about what I say before I say it, which probably is not the greatest thing to do, but I don't know, that's the way I am. And I've learned to be more confident, because I noticed that from when I first started and how I feel comfortable being in front of you guys has changed dramatically. I used to be so terrified at presenting, and in my work when I was an art director, that's something that we had to do. We would, get up there with our counterpart, which is usually well, in my case, I was an art director, so I had a copywriter. We also had account exec, and, I'd have to like present, especially coming from the art side. And I would be terrified of, especially in front of the client, in front of my peers, I got kind of more used to it because we had to do it every day. But with the client, I'd be just so nervous. So yeah, learning how to do this, just talking about what I'm thinking. That's another thing that's huge for me, is that I had a tendency to, rather than want to talk about me, I would want to just ask you questions and, get, what your opinions were. And I thought that my point of view wasn't maybe as important, or maybe not important, but I didn't want to come off as not being humble, if that makes sense. Like, it's more about you rather than me. I don't know. But then, with a YouTube video, you got to talk about something. So it's got to be about me partly. And I think I've gotten a little bit better about mixing in, talking about you a little bit, so there is a little bit more back and forth. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm trying to include you in what I talk about. And perhaps it's going into more like, I don't know if it's teaching mode, and I don't want to sound like an expert in anything, but I mean, I'm an expert in being 61 years old. As you age, as we all age, we gain expertise. And so I do feel very confident about that. And I do feel confident about all the things that I went through. And so I can talk about that confidently, but also, maybe bringing in more of including you guys in this conversation. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to check the chat right now. Yes. Oh, Nomadis. Oh, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Yes. Have I ever received bad comments? Yes, I have. So I receive some, not tons, and really I haven't received bad comments. It's more a critique, or critical of the thing that I get critiqued. And, this is actually helpful for me, is you guys can tell me. I get critiqued a lot about my music, not not the type of music, but the sound levels. So, is that something that really is bad? Because maybe my voice is too soft and the music is too loud. Let me know in the comments, because that really helps. Also, if do you find that the music is even actually necessary? I am trying to use less music now. I try to just use a little bit in the intro, and kind of like that's it. Maybe in the end a little bit, but yeah. So Nomadis, that's probably the biggest critique I get is that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, not really. Little things like, oh, you should get different kind of glasses. Those glasses are not flattering on you. That kind of, oh, you should dye your hair. Yeah, my daughter just walked through, so it's funny because she's young, so she never really discouraged me from doing YouTube, but she doesn't. She's gotten a lot better about like me even showing a little bit of her. Before it was like no way, especially when she was in high school. So I think we tend to be a lot more self-conscious, right, when we're super young. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, Mark, so 59 and in grad school to be a therapist. That's so great. I've done everything backwards. No, I don't think you've done everything backwards. You've done everything the way you needed to do it, definitely. And I think I think I mentioned this in other videos. I did when I think I was in my late 40s. Yeah, late 40s is when I went to paralegal school, basically, and thought that, that was the new career shift. And in the end, that wasn't the direction I went, but it was something that I had to do. And you just never know. You just have to kind of follow your heart and say, what's right for me right now. So I think that's awesome. My best friend, Denise, she went to nursing school in her 50s, and now she is a nurse, so she's actually making way more money than she did before she was a nurse. And she really likes, it was kind of a dream for her always, but she had kids and this and that, and never had the time to do it. So later in life is she had the time, which is awesome. Yeah. Yep. Simon. I know. He says it still blows my mind when people want to listen and watch what I have to say, but I do like helping people achieve their dreams. Yes. And I think that's so true. I think, I think Simon's probably close to my age as well. And, like, I think it's great that more of our age folks are, doing YouTube. I have to say, I think we're actually really cool people. I think we're cool because we lived through when we were young, we lived through the 70s, 80s, that's kind of our era. And when you think about it, I mean, the music was absolutely like, I don't know, the best music in the 70s and 80s. The fashion, I mean, even what was going on politically, the fact that we didn't have, we didn't have these things. uh, we would leave the house and go play and come back at dinner time, things like that. Such a different way to grow up. So I think we're actually pretty awesome people. And my age, I'm 61. I always thought I was a Gen Xer, but then later on I found out that I'm actually like 1964 is the tail end of baby boomer, I guess. But anyways, I just feel like I'm kind of straddling both generations in a way, so anyways, I just think that, we have a lot of things to say. We have a lot of good things to share, you know. Ah. Okay, so I'm going to try to read the chat and yes. Oh, my Mima. Okay, wait. Okay, my Mima, San Diego, California. Hi. So good to see you. I remember you from the last live. Thanks for coming here. I do talk with my hands a lot, don't I? I don't know what it is. I think it just helps me get my words out in some ways, because sometimes my words get stuck. And so it just kind of helps get them out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my hair, I do get a lot of really nice compliments about my hair. Sometimes people will say, why don't you just dye it, And dyeing the hair that's a huge decision, and it's not only just like, oh, I like dark hair or I don't like dark hair. It goes with being able to accept that I'm older. That because I know if I dye my hair, I would look younger. And in today's society, that's so much more, I don't know, acceptable or whatever. I mean, for men and women, I think we can't just say for women anymore, because I think men are also faced with that feeling of, oh, we can't age, and if we age, we lose our relevance. We become invisible. And I mean, even now, like when I see my hair, when I see a picture of myself, when the sun hits my hair is like white. It's like, bing, it's white. And I look much older. And I waffle like, oh man, it's hard for me to see myself that way, because sometimes in my mind, bye, Emmy. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Oh, okay. So I just keep seeing myself as a younger person in my mind, but then when I see myself with the sun shining on my hair fully, it's like a wake-up call to who I am. And then I sit there and I have this little internal struggle of accepting that person. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm working towards that because, like I said, I'm really realizing that us people, us midlife and older, are pretty cool people. Are you going? Okay, you gonna come and say hi? Just a little bit. You can just say like. Love you. Okay, bye-bye. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Okay, call me. Oh, of course. Next time you'll have a spare bedroom. Bye. Oh. Okay, so let me check. Yes. Grew up in the Stranger Things era. I agree. 70s and 80s. Thank you. See, I really want to be a Gen Xer, but I'm not. I kind of had a negative view of baby boomers. I don't have that anymore. I actually think baby boomers are hella cool. So I've changed my mind of baby boomers. Uh, okay. Hey, John. John C. Good to see you. Wait, okay. Hey, Dana, just drove home from New Jersey to Virginia, and this live popped up. Oh, great to see you, John. Yes, so happy to see you. I'm telling you, it's great to see everybody. It it really is. I'm so thankful that we have this opportunity to just sit here and talk, through the live. So, yay, Paul, 70 cents. I love being a boomer. Yes, awesome. Oh, I love you, motherhood. Yes, we should age with grace. Um, I mean, that's the ultimate, right? To age with grace. Oh, hey, Janine. Boomer, represent. There you go. Yes. Awesome. Okay, let me check my notes here. Oh, let's check the time. 9:45. It's already 9:45. Uh Yin yang hair. That's true. But see, Paul, it's not going to be yin yang for forever. It's going to be more on the yang side very soon. And that's the part where it becomes like acceptance, right? Accepting myself. I come from my mom and like all her sisters, they all dyed their hair. They dyed their hair well into their 80s. Yes, into their 80s. And so it's and one of my auntie Laura, she was the one auntie who did not dye her hair. And I remember like everybody, nobody was critical, said, oh, you should dye your hair. Not that to my knowledge, but she was always the different one. And she just let her hair go naturally, gray. And it looked good on her. And she was so cute because she'd have this gray hair and she'd be wearing like Levi's jeans and Converse tennis shoes. So to me that was just like the perfect balance. I don't know, she had a youthful way about her, but she just like let herself be natural, I guess. Thank you. Oh, Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see. Yes, so I did talk a little bit about Ikigai. We did talk about a little bit about Social Security and what to do. I think, and in a sense, taking Social Security is a big decision, and like once you take it at 62, you can't stop and say, "Oh no, wait, I'm gonna wait." I don't think you can like reset and go back and then decide, okay, I'm gonna wait till 67 and then get the full. I don't think that's how it works, but if you guys know, let me know. But I think in that video, I was also talking about you know, how we make big decisions like that. And I think making a big decision can take a lot of time, as and be really thoughtful about it. And so I think I think in that video I talked about this certain framework. Excuse me, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I had a certain framework. I think it was FEEL, feel, how we need to. Now I've forgotten what the framework was. I think it was focus on, what you're trying to decide on. Figure out what the emotion is. Also, not just look at the data, but also what is the emotion behind that, making that decision. And then there was, I think it was empathy, like empathize with what that feeling is. And then finally was live. I'm forgetting what my framework was, which is terrible. But what it was trying to do was to take your time and look inwards rather than just outwards at how to make that decision. So, like I said, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with the Social Security, but I am thinking about it, and I'm trying to. In some ways, I'm trying to explore different avenues to see how it feels. If I do this direction, how will it feel to take Social Security at 62? If I go this direction, how will it feel? Will I be able to travel, for example? I mean, that's probably one of the biggest question marks I have is traveling. Do you guys do a lot of traveling? And I don't do a lot of traveling because I tend to be very, very frugal. And I know with traveling, it requires a lot of money, actually, and so I tend to not travel very much. I take small trips, and I think the last trip I took was just visiting Emmy, who was, just left in Santa Barbara. And I am planning a trip to go visit my family in Hawaii. So, that's another one. But I would still, I have a couple of things I'd love to go visit you in the UK, Simon. I would like to go to Europe with my best friend, where we've always said that we wanted to do that. I'm kind of the person who wants to go for an extended period of time and stay at places that are really cheap. I mean, even like youth hostels and things like that, and then visit different countries. That's what I kind of really want to do, but I don't know if my best friend can do that. She's the nurse, and she plans on working for a long time. So, I don't know if she can do it. The other place that I really want to go is I really want to go to Asia. I would love to visit many, many countries in Asia, but I definitely want to visit Japan because I've never been. I don't even know any living relatives in Japan or Okinawa. I think I could find out some Okinawan relatives and visit, but I don't know any in Japan. So, but I would love to go to Korea, China, but again, I'm so frugal. I don't want to spend the money. Let me check the chat. Oh, hi, Dave. And today I am going to color my hair. Patricia, that's totally fine. Coloring your hair, if it makes you feel good, do it. Totally do it. I personally I don't like the upkeep. because I hate it when I get the skunk line of the regrowth, and I'm so lazy about doing it. I get all this bad regrowth. So really that's kind of what did it for me. Oh, and then to avoid the regrowth, what I did was I did a rinse. It's almost like henna, where you put it in and it's temporary, it washes out. But to me, the washout fade it would go pink, it would go different colors that I didn't really like. And then that it would make my bathtub dirty, with the kind of the staining. So then I was like, I'm just going to let it be. But no, I mean, if it makes you feel good, do it. Totally. Let's see. Oh, yes. So today I'm drinking matcha. I'm almost out. I do regular matcha first thing in the morning. I wake up and I drink just water, a big glass of water, and it's room temperature. And then I'm warming up my water for matcha. And then I make a cup of matcha. And then this one is actually kind of like a faux matcha latte. So I add milk and a little bit of stevia. But waiting over here on the sidelines as my my huge travel mug of coffee. So I have decaf coffee, and that's to go because in a few minutes I actually have to get off, and then I'm going to go to my taiko drumming class and love that class. It's something that is really physical, but it's also really fun. It's actually good for mental clarity as well because I have to learn this song, and that's kind of challenging, right? I mean, some people pick up things like that, and for me, I don't pick up things very quickly. So for me, it's a big challenge, but yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have these 2 drinks ready to go. Patricia, what are you drinking? Are you drinking tea? Let's see. Okay, Paul says SSA has made some rule changes for 2026. Wow, I didn't know that. So check with them before making any decisions. Yeah, I will. Thank you for letting me know. Staycations. Oh, yes. That's nice. Hello, Travel Lady. Thanks for joining. Okay, so Travel Lady, she says you can still work while receiving Social Security and travel. Are you taking Social Security right now? I plan to keep working. I plan to keep doing the YouTube thing. And yeah, I am actually really downsizing my thrifting business a lot. And like I told my daughter, the spare bedroom was my inventory photography room. And I'm going to turn that actually into like a guest bedroom so that she actually has a place to stay rather than just on the couch or sleeping with me. So that's going to be happening. So let's see. Oh, Maria. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining. Let me read this. First time catching you live. Oh, yeah. Thank you for joining. Oh, oh, Madrid. You're from Madrid, Spain. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Let me know where you're from. I mean, even different states. I love, John C. is from Virginia. Simon's from UK. Let me know where you guys are from. Oh, Janine, your mom is from Japan. Oh, taiko drumming. Yeah. Taiko drumming is really fun. What I love about it is you can be any age and play taiko. Actually, there are a lot of older people I'm in their 80s. One of my friends, a couple of my friends, I think are in their 80s, and they are playing. They practice with me, so it's definitely something that which is great for me because I know that I can keep doing it, for years to come. Patricia, peppermint coffee and egg sandwich. Nice. Peppermint coffee sounds awesome. Oh, Paul, you're from England. That's awesome. Other Paul, New York, Orange County. Mark's from Orange County. Orange County has beautiful beaches, right? Let's see. Oh, hi, Bob. Thanks for joining. Bob's from Potsdam, New York. Potsdam, I've never heard of that. Is it like a smaller town? My name was San Diego. I took early Social Security and continued to work part-time. It gave me more free time for family and travel. That's that's the plus side of taking it early. So that's very, very cool. And then you can still work part-time. I've always liked to work, and I tend to I I went to art college, and I was fortunate enough that my parents supported me to go to art college. Not only financially, but emotionally. Like they said, yeah, you should do this because that's what you want to do. So I was lucky, in a lot of ways. But I always knew that I wasn't going to make a lot of money. But that was okay because I wanted to sort of do what I loved, And sometimes I didn't love doing, design and advertising, but for the most part, I did. Uh, yeah. No, Patricia, I agree. Everyone is amazing here. Such great, I know, so diverse, such a diverse community. It's crazy. Uh, okay. Oh, Bob, it's a very small town in northern part of the state, northwest of Ad, Ad, Adam, Adirondack Mountains. I can't even pronounce that. I know if I hear somebody say it, I'll get it. But seeing it written, I'm totally blanking. St. Lawrence River Valley. Okay, nice. Oh, semi-retired Susan. Hi. I consider myself semi-retired too. Thanks for being here. Okay, she works part-time in your baking business. I love that. And it leaves time for YouTube, thrifting, and enjoying quiet time from Bucks County. Ah, awesome. I'm gonna go check out your channel, semi-retired Susan. Let me see if I can copy this. Copy this to my note page. Yeah, if any of you guys have a channel, go ahead and put it in here, and everybody can check it out. Oh, oh my gosh, Lady LJ, L Joy. Let's see, Iowa. Oh no, winter storm happening right now. Everyone be safe. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you definitely be safe. Lady Eljo, thank you so much for hopping on. I love when I get comments from you, so I really appreciate you. Oh, oh, Nadine. Hi, Nadine. Oh, thank you. Nadine is another friend of mine. She's another person from the thrifting business, from the thrifting community. So good to see you. Oh, okay. So from Yorktown, Virginia. Still working as long as you can remotely. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, awesome. Oh, you guys. So I just noticed it's 10:03. I got to get ready for my taiko practice. So if you, I hope I didn't miss anybody here. I could have easily missed somebody, but just let you know, thank you for joining me. I so appreciate it. I I just got sorry, I got a text from my youngest one. I actually had a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I love seeing your names, seeing where you're from, hearing your points of view. Let me know about the music. I didn't see anything, and hopefully the chat will stay. I don't know, so that I can review it later. So, anyways, next time, I hope you like this format, monthly, and I'm just kind of basing it off my newsletter. If you guys are interested in receiving my newsletter, let me know. Just okay. Oh, my friend is going to come pick me up. Oh, she is. Okay, so good. I have a little bit of time. So if you would like to get my newsletter, let me know. I do have my, let me see. My email is it's really easy. It's dana@danafindwell.com. You can go ahead and email me. Let me know that you would like the newsletter, and I can be part of my my mailing list. And otherwise, just a little something, shameless plug here, but I do have keepsake stories available on Amazon. I'll probably link it in the description below. And again, this, what I think is even better than, well, not better, but because, I do want to promote my book or my journal, is that I sort of came up with the idea of journaling about your keepsakes. And I think it helps in so many different ways. It helps us almost like figure out our past roles and our identity. It helps us put down stories that we can pass on, or just even reflect on ourselves. It doesn't have to be in this journal. You can easily just get your own journal, and you can I found these ginkgo leaves. Where is it? Ginkgo leaves. One day when I was taking Malia to the park, and I decided to just go ahead and put these keepsakes in this journal and write about it. So, it's just something, just kind of a different way of journaling. And I journal all the time. I have this journal. I have a practical to-do list. I have just a journal that I write down ideas, and it's messy and it's not perfect, but anyways, so let's see. Yes, like and subscribe, everyone. And thank you, Patricia. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, awesome. Maria, I can yeah, so just remember my email. Just email me so that I can get your email, and then that's the way I can send it to you. And I'm doing it, once a month. So it's not, I don't want to clutter everybody's email boxes with, just a bunch of emails. So, excuse me. Oh, oh, Nadine says she gave my book to her adult nephew as part of his Christmas package, and he really appreciated it. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. He's so sentimental about downsizing, and said this would be a big help. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think it just helps people our age. Let me take a sip. I think it helps anyone who's especially sentimental and has a hard time with with their sentimental items and, you know, memorabilia and things like that. And oftentimes, you know, it might be this that they feel sentimental because there's a story behind it, you know, and then once you write down the story, it's okay to release it, you know. Excuse me. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Can you get it in the UK? I don't know, Simon. Can you? It's on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description when, you know, later on, so you can try to see if you can get it. I don't know if you can or not. Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna, you know, head out now. Enjoy your Sunday. Today, I think, Simon, you're probably, no, it's still early for you. So anyways, yeah, thank you, everybody. Have a great day. And thanks so much for joining.